Absolutely gorgeous day here on the border of my hometown, Hyde Park, town of Poughkeepsie, Quiet Cove Park. I think technically this park is in Poughkeepsie, but I was passing by. I was like, you know, I haven't been down to this park in a while. Let's go pay it a little visit. I didn't record it, but when you first pull in, there's a pickleball court. It's becoming very popular in the area. There was 4 people playing it. Kind of looks like tennis mixed with ping pong. Never played before. Don't know anyone that plays, so not gonna get a group of people together. But it looked like they were having a lot of fun. Get to walk under the train tracks here. I could have drove under here, but you can't park under here because there's wheelchair parking only. I was hoping that as we go down here, maybe a train would pass by. I heard trains in the background. We are rather close to the Poughkeepsie train station, but the only trains that pass by here are CEX at nighttime and Amtrak. I feel like I hear a train. Not sure if I'm hearing things. Maybe it's further away than I realize, or it could be on the other side of the river. Got my coffee this morning. Large hot coffee from McDonald's. 2 creams, 2 sugars. Premium roast coffee. McDonald's, man. I know there's going to be some arguments in the comments, but I think it's some of the best coffee you can get. It really is. It's good. And for $1, you can't beat it. There's a car coming through the tunnel. It's a 1-lane tunnel. All right. I do see the train. It's actually over there. It's on the other side of the tracks. It sounded like it was right here. Can you guys see that in the video? CEX. I think that's what it is. CEX freight train. We were just a couple seconds too late. We could have caught the front of the train. And wow, look at this beautiful tree. What do they call this? Are these called cherry blossoms? I'm not sure what these are called. I'm gonna go with cherry blossoms. I wish they stayed like this all year long. Look at that. Look how beautiful. Mother Nature is an artist. It's unbelievable. I sure wish they stayed looking like that all year long. That'd be beautiful. My allergies have not been as bad this year. Had a couple instances where my eyes were really scratchy and itchy. Lots of sneezes, but for the most part this year hasn't been terrible. Hopefully we're getting past it. A lot of pollen on my cars. I washed my car last night, and I come out to the car absolutely covered in pollen. Already needs another car wash. There's your view of the Hudson River, and you can see walkway over the Hudson in the background. And further beyond that, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but the Mid-Hudson Bridge. So walkway over the Hudson. The first bridge you see is a pedestrian walkway. We've been up there before. I think it was built in the 1870s and burned, caught on fire in the 1970s. And then in 2008 or 9, somewhere around there, they opened it up as a New York State park, and you can actually walk all the way across it. It's pretty cool. No vehicle traffic. Got these beautiful mountain view over here. There's the freight train on the other side. There's a boat, someone in the boat on the Hudson. Probably doing some striper fishing. I think it's still striper season. And then if we pan all the way over here, this is actually the marina. If anyone remembers and been watching long enough, I used to have a boat, and that's actually the marina where I used to keep my boat. Looks like someone's going out on a wave runner right now. I also had a wave runner there. Sold everything. All gone. I miss it a little bit, but a lot of extra expenses, extra gas, cleaning things. Owning a boat's a pain in the butt. They say the best time of owning a boat is the day you buy it and the day you sell it. I can't disagree. This is a pretty nice little deck they got here. Public park. There's some rocking chairs on here. They look like rocking chairs. I don't know if they're actually, maybe they're just your standard chair. They kind of look like rocking chairs at first. It's too bad you can't walk, keep walking. I think they're eventually going to connect all this, but as of right now, there is no connection. That'd be cool if there was like a walkway. This sign is kind of comical to me. It says no swimming. But to be honest, I really wouldn't want to swim in here. Look at this mucky, disgusting Hudson River. It's not known to be the cleanest river. I'm sure it's not one of the dirtiest, but it's not nice. And full of sediment and mud and PCPs, whatever those are, GE dumped PCPs upstream, I think back in the 70s and 80s, and the river has been polluted. So not something I want to swim in. I have been inside this water before when I was younger, and you know, when you're younger, you just don't care. Now, I wouldn't, somebody couldn't pay me to go in here. Got a few errands to run today. I already dropped off my dry cleaning. Got the day off Thursday. Always off on Thursdays. My day off used to be Friday. Still trying to get acclimated to these Thursdays off. I have to go renew my driver's license today. In New York, they're good for 8 years. $80 for a new driver's license, so I got to do that. I went to my safe, and I'm going to get, I think, a real ID. And I think I needed a copy of my social security card and birth certificate. And I had them in my hand. And then I put them down. I didn't literally leave the room. Super frustrated. Searched for them after I had them in my hand. And I don't know where I put them down. My memory is not good. And I rechecked the safe to see if I put them back in the safe. I slid them in between the paper. I don't know what I did. So I don't know what I need to get a real ID, but I figured to bring those documents with me. And I couldn't find them. Also found a old Christmas card for my mom. It was one of those like, money cards. Anytime my mom wrote me a check, I would never cash it. She would always get mad at me. She never learned after all those years that I wouldn't cash it. And inside the thing, I was glad that I didn't throw that away, because inside it folded up was my birth certificate, which I don't know why it's in that little Christmas card, but that's where the birth certificate was. Now I gotta find my passport again, which is definitely expired, because I looked at it and it was expired, and also my social security card. So I think after I go grab my license, my new license, I'm gonna go back home and search for those things, and then we'll do something else. Butterfly kisses. That's it. Oh, there's actually a little butterfly in there with a heart or a lips. I don't know what that is. Butterfly kisses. I wandered over to the other side. This is actually a different deck right there. See, the train is gone. And there's remnants over here of what used to be some kind of cement wall. You always wonder what these things used to be, what they were for. Who knows how old it is? But whatever it is, it's long gone. It's also low tide over here. I'm gonna get out of here because I have some stuff I gotta do, and then we'll continue the video. I don't know what we're gonna do today. You know, I kind of really haven't been planning my days out. I've just been kind of letting them go as they go. Enjoying the day as I find fit. Single lane ahead. How did this tunnel know I was single? You know, it's hard to meet somebody, man. You know, I'm 44, and I started doing a little dating site thing again. I figured give it a shot. You know, I'm sick of kind of just being alone all the time. I really enjoy making videos with somebody and having somebody come on my adventures with me. So I figured I'd put myself out there. I might have a date later today. I'm not sure. She's not sure because she's working, but she has a period in between where she has a little bit of break, but she has to see how the day goes. So that might happen, it might not happen. It's okay either way with me. But yeah, kind of put myself out there again. Kind of see what happens. You know, nobody likes to be alone. At least I don't think they do. Maybe some of you do. I don't. Everybody wants to be loved and have somebody to love. That's what I think anyway. Well, that was the quickest trip to motor vehicle I've ever had. Not good. Apparently, without my social security card, And without my 2 utility bills, I can't get my real ID. So even though I don't like to fly, I think it'd be a good thing to have that. So yeah, now I gotta go back home and find that social security card that I misplaced in a minute and then come back. I was literally in there for 2 minutes. There's a 2-hour wait, by the way, as well. The gentleman told me to keep my ticket. It's 11 o'clock now, so technically that ticket shouldn't be called till 1 o'clock, but I'm only like 15 minutes away, so there might be a chance I can make it back. I figured I was in Poughkeepsie, I'd stop at the Salvation Army store real quick, and I got a bit of unfortunate news. They're closing this location May 17th, so maybe even by the time you guys see this video, it'll be gone. So it's kind of crazy. That was a total surprise. I wasn't gonna go in there today, but I was like, oh, let me stop in. So they're not taking any more donations. They said this is gonna become a warehouse, and they have some other locations, but they're not really close to me. One's in Middletown, which is like an hour from me, like 45 minutes to an hour. The other one is in New Paltz, which is like 30 minutes. Not very convenient. So that sucks, man. They had another Salvation Army in Wappingers Falls. That store was big. I think COVID kind of killed that one. I did manage to pick a couple things up. I picked up this cool McDonald's glass. This was $2.99, $3. Everything in the store is 25% off. So I think they're gonna have to go bigger discounts to get rid of the stuff because that store was still packed. So that was $3. And then I saw this in a cart and I asked her how much these were gonna be because she didn't price them yet. This I thought was really cool. These are Jurassic Park standees. These are the Gallimimus. Oh, no, that's the Brontosaurus. Wait, are these 2 different ones? Oh, it is 2 different dinosaurs. I said to her, do you have any other dinosaur ones? And these are 2 different ones. I didn't notice. That's the Gallimimus, and then we got the Brontosaurus. I wish they had the T-Rex. That's the one I really would have wanted. But I said, how much are you going to price these? About $1? She goes, yeah. She goes, $1.99 because everything's 25% off. I said, okay. So these are little standees. I don't know if I'm going to open them or not, but these are original from 1993. So very cool. I don't know if they're worth anything or not, but I'm going to put these in my personal collection. I think I'm going to hang them on the wall in the packaging because they're still packaged. It's crazy. Pretty cool from 1993. I was only 13. I'm 44 now. Oh, my God. Now heading back to the Department of Motor Vehicle. Went back home. Found the necessary documents I needed. I actually needed a 2 proofs of residences, too. So I grabbed a electric bill and a cable bill that have my name and address on it. And apparently I knew I must have dropped it. I was looking through file cabinets because I filed a couple things, and apparently I just dropped my passport, which is expired and it has my social security card in it, and it landed between a shelf. So I don't know how that happened. I was getting rid of things out of a safe, and yeah, must have dropped it. So found all the necessary documents, and I think we're gonna be good to go. Now it's a matter of time of how long is the wait gonna be, and do I have to get a new little number? That's gonna suck if I have to do that. Oh no, now the lot's full. That sucks. Got lucky there. The lot was full, and as I was waiting, someone just pulled out. So I got very, very lucky. And it's 11:59 right now. Let's see how long this takes. Gotta do this all over again. It's gonna be interesting. See if we get in and out. Parking lot. This is the worst parking lot. The spots are so tight too. Not sure how long that was, but the time now is 1:30. So I don't know. You guys can see the clips back to back. Felt like a while. It's crazy. I was able to use the same number from when I originally came in. They never called the number. From coming here the first time, going to the Salvation Army, shopping, going back home, going to get all the rest of my stuff, my social security card, my birth certificate, my proof of residence, and coming back, and they still hadn't called my number, which is nuts, man. Definitely make an appointment. The backup here, well, one, it was lunchtime. The other part of it was, I guess a lot of people are looking to get that real ID so they can travel, which I actually got the one above that. There's an enhanced I don't know if it's an enhanced Real ID, but I can now travel with that one to Canada as well as fly. And on top of that, I can actually get onto military bases. So all that stuff combined. And I do go to West Point probably twice a year. So that is helpful to have. But yeah, finally done here at Motor Vehicle. Thank God. I have to do this again in 8 years. Just stopped at a deli, Rossi's Deli. Best deli in Poughkeepsie, Italian deli. Food's expensive, but it's so good. I think this sandwich was like $18, something like that. I'm very cheap and frugal, man. I don't know how I'm gonna survive inflation because this is getting tough. And I remember when this sandwich was like 12, 13 bucks. Now it's $18.50 was the price. I will say I don't eat out much anymore. Things have just gotten, they've outpriced me places. So it's gotta be like typically a special occasion or something like that. Or, when, once in a while you're just not in the mood to cook. But normally I just cook because I'm actually a pretty good cook. I think so, at least. And so does my daughter. And then ex-girlfriends are hit or miss. Some like my cooking, some told me they do not. So I don't know. There's another view of the walkway we saw earlier today from down by the river. Decided to come back to Hyde Park and look at this beautiful view. Imagine living in a house on this road. This road is called River Road, appropriately. Would love to have a piece of property here. Never would, unless I had a lot of money. Houses here are super expensive, not many of them. But we're gonna go down here and eat our sandwich. It's a nice little pavilion down here. I come down here every once in a while. Very peaceful. Here's that lovely pavilion. Hopefully we get a train passing by. That'd be cool. We got our sandwich. Also picked up a soda. Don't drink soda as often as I used to. I still do drink soda, but not as often. Stopped at a place called Stewart's. Stewart's is a local shop in the New York area. And yeah. Oh, here's a train. There it is. We're just talking about this. Probably going about 70 miles an hour. Holy smokes. Yeah, Stewart's is a local store in this area. They are known for their milk, their ice cream, and this grape soda is really good. So, haven't had soda. I think it's been at least a couple days. So, drink soda. Been drinking a lot of water. Definitely have my coffee in the morning. And tea. I don't know if all tea is caffeine free, but caffeine free tea. I just opened up this sandwich. This thing is gigantic. Now, Rossi's has some really good sandwiches. I don't go there very often just because the things are just getting expensive. And being in the car business, things are getting a little bit difficult. So things are a little slow. So treated myself today. And I was going to say this is probably going to be a sandwich for today and tomorrow, but I wish I had a knife because I would cut this into fours and this would probably be 4 days for me. There's no way I could finish this. I don't know how someone can eat this entire sandwich. It's madness. And there's the sandwich, and look at that. Holy smokes. I don't even know all the meats on there. I know there's prosciutto on there. There's some mozzarella, arugula, roasted red peppers, probably some salami. This is called the import mix. And hopefully there's olive tapenade on there because I love olive tapenade. Don't ask me how, but somehow I ate half of that sandwich. I am absolutely stuffed. Being that it's 2:30 in the afternoon, it is going to be a long time until I want to have dinner. And I now have lunch for tomorrow as well. So, got 2 meals out of it. What was it, $18.50? So what's that, $9.25 a half? Guess that's not terrible. I have nothing to clean or wash my hands though, so my hands feel like very greasy. And there's nowhere to wash my hands. I don't even have sanitizer, so this kind of sucks. I did the old finger lick and cleaned them off with a paper towel. Yeah, you guys didn't need to know that. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Totally random. Ended up getting my license renewed with the Real ID and enhanced license. Went to Salvation Army, found out they're closing, and I went to Rossi's. See you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.